All right, ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of this video is to go over the Module 1 review. So that means you're studying for the test that's coming up real soon. So basically, when I make a review, I'm going to make it very similar to what the actual test looks like. And you're just going to need to know how to do all the things that it's asking for. So for number 1, it's asking for midpoint. So when you think midpoint, you should be thinking the formula x plus x divided by 2. Y plus y divided by 2. Or when we're looking at this situation, we're looking at the midpoint between a segment. So this is the middle point. So this means that we're going to take these two sides and equal them to each other because we want to know the value that's in the middle. And if it's a midpoint, we know that this side equals this side. So for here, it would be 5x plus 2 equals 8x minus 4. So here we should be thinking part equals part. And then, of course, you're going to solve, and you get x equals 2. Now, if you want to find the length of A to B, that's the whole side, you're going to plug 2 in for x. So you do 5 times 2 plus 2, which is 12. And you should expect to get the same thing when you do 8 times 2 minus 4, that's also 12. 12 plus 12 is 24. So the length of A to B is 24 units long. All right, and then moving forward, it says that this is a right angle. Okay, so angle ACB is a right angle. So angle 1 is 5y plus 2. And angle 2 is y plus 22. And you want to find the measure of angle 1 and angle 2. Well, first we have to know that this is going to be part plus part, and it's a right angle, so it's going to equal 90 degrees. So that would be 5y plus 2 plus y plus 22 is going to equal 90. And the reason I know that is because it says right angle, and a right angle is 90 degrees from my vocabulary. So this is 6y plus 24 equals 90. And when you work it out, you should get y equals 11. And now you're just going to simply plug it in to both of those equations. So 5 times 11, that's 55, plus 2 is 57 degrees. And 11 plus 22, well, that's 33 degrees. And what you should notice is if you add 57 plus 33, that will also equal 90 degrees. All right. So that's numbers 1 and 2. Let's move forward to number 3. Answer the following question. Okay, so line X and line Y intersect. So this is X, this is Y. The intersection point is right here at E. Wow, there it is. All right, points A, B, and C. So if you look A, B, and C, you see how they're not. They are not collinear. Collinear means on the same line. EC and ED, so from E to C, that's part right here, and E to D, that's that part right there. Well, they're opposite rays. Okay. Another name for AE, I would say EA. Use the diagram on the right to name 3 collinear points. Okay, so you could use CED as one option, or AEB, and they can be in any order as a second option. All right, now we're going to look at this. What is the intersection of a plane? So you've got 2 planes. Remember, a plane is labeled with 3 letters. 2 planes intersect at a line. So we know it's going to be a line. So let's go ahead and trace X, Y, Z. So X, Y, Z is this right here. And the other plane is H, Z, X. So that's going to be this one right here. So you can see this is the part that I double outlined. So it's going to be line ZX. Now these are 2 lines, so 2 lines intersect at a point. So I know it's going to be a point. Let's see, GH is here. Okay, and ZH is here. So I know they're going to intersect at point H. Can a plane pass through GFX? And the answer is yes, it can, on a diagonal. So anytime you have 3 points, you can have a plane. I'm sorry, my computer is working. So the question is GFX, so G to F to X. Yes, if you have, and then it would come over here to Y. So you could cut this diagonally like that. And that would be another plane running through that shape. Okay, next page. It says draw a picture of ray OP and a picture of ray PO. So this is OP and this is PO. Just got to envision them real quick. Do you agree or disagree? Are they the same ray? Well, the answer is no, because they both have different endpoints. No, the endpoints are different. And that gets into opposite rays. You have to make sure, you have to be very careful when you're naming opposite rays. All right, so now we got to find the values of X and Y. Okay, so let's look at the information we have. Well, there's a couple things we can do. Well, first of all, we could figure out Y. We could see this relationship between Y and 48, and this would be part plus part equals 180. Okay, so the first part is Y, and the second part is 48. Is going to equal 180. So I'm just going to subtract 48 and end up with Y equals 132. Now, there's a couple ways you could do find out what X is. What I see here are vertical angles, here and here. And I know vertical angles are equal. So I know that 5X plus 3 is going to equal 48. And when I work this out, I get X equaling 9. Another thing you could have done is seen that these two make another 180 degrees, so it could be part plus part equals 180. A couple ways to solve the same problem. Number 11, you're going to match each relationship with its picture. Okay, so alternate interior, that's going to be here and here. So this matches here. Alternate exterior, well, that's on the outside. They're on the outside of the parallel lines, so this one goes here. Same side interior, this same side, and remember this is part plus part equals 180. This would be part equals part, and this would be part equals part, just remember that. Same side interior, that goes here. And parallel lines theorem, we called it corresponding angles. That will be here because you can slide them on top of each other. And again, this is part equals part when you're setting up your equations. All right, and that becomes important because if you set up your equation wrong, obviously you're going to get the wrong answer. Now we're going to find the values of X. So first of all, we have to look at the relationship. And I see parallel lines cut by a transversal. And I see them on alternate sides, but on within. So this is going to be an equal. 7x plus 1 equals 8x minus 1. And you end up with x equaling 2. All right, and then for 13, these are same side interior angles. So this is going to be part plus part equals 180. So when you set this up, it'd be 18x plus 2 plus 12x minus 2 equals 180. And when you work it out, I believe you get x equals 6. All right. Parallel lines cut by a transversal for number 14. If you draw a picture, first, this is the key, draw your picture, and then you're going to have to go ahead and label. So 2 and 7 are alternate exterior. And yours might be a little different than mine, but 2 and 7, 7 and 6 are vertical, 6 and 4 are same side interior. What can you conclude about 3 and 5? So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3 and 5 are same side interior angles. Okay, so Allison says that measure of angle 1 is 32. Well, that's true. True, because of vertical angles. Okay, and then the measure of angle 2 would not be 32 because of same side interior angles. So this would be disagree because of SSI. So this would be 180 minus 32. All right, next. Find the value of x that would make A parallel to B. Well, we know that this is 64, so this is going to be equivalent because they're alternate interior. So it's part equals part. So 2x equals 64, so x equals 32. And then if you look at the relationship between here and here, well, you know that these two are also going to be equal because of corresponding angles. So if x is 32, this whole angle is 64 degrees. So this one is also 64 degrees. So y equals 64 degrees. All right, and now in the proof, all we have to do is look at the relationship. So this is a proof, but we just want to know, if we know that 2 equals 3, that's because of alternate interior angles, why does 1 equal 4? Well, 1 is equal to 2, and 3 is equal to 4 because they're vertical angles. So it would be the vertical angles theorem that says that. All right, moving on. It says plot the vertices. This is where things start getting complicated. So first we're going to plot the vertices 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's A. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. B. Negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1. C. And 1, negative 5. There's D. Okay. Now the question is find the length of AB. Well, that's easy enough. You're just going to draw your right triangle. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would be 4 squared plus 5 squared, which is 41. And then the last step is to take the square root, which is 6.4. So I know that this side right here is 6.4. Well, this is a square. Because it's a square, I know that all the sides are congruent to each other. That looks kind of funky. So if I want the perimeter, I'm just going to take 6.4 plus 6.4 plus 6.4 plus 6.4, right? Add it all up, and that'd be your answer. And then for area, you're going to just multiply the sides, 6.4 times 6.4. I didn't type it in my calculator, you can figure that out. And then for the midpoint, this is when we're going to use that other formula, x plus x divided by 2, y plus y divided by 2. So my x's are negative 4 plus 1 divided by 2, and negative 1 minus 5 divided by 2, and you should get negative 1.5, comma, negative 3. That's your midpoint. And you can check it to see if that makes sense. Negative 1.5 is here, negative 3 is here. So it does. Sorry, it should be like somewhere right here. So I just drew my line wrong. All right. And then the next point, we're going to find the slope from A to B. On the previous paper, if you're looking for slope from A to B, sorry, I'm just going to stay here. Find the slope from A to B. Well, here's A and B, so it'd just be 4 minus 0 over 0 minus 5, so that's 4 over negative 5, so negative 4/5. And then from B to C, find the slope from B to C. Well, I'm going to do negative 1 minus 4 over negative 4 minus 0, so that's negative 5 over negative 4, which means they're positive, right? And what did you notice about these two? Well, they're opposite reciprocals, so they're perpendicular. You have negative 4